Alright guys, welcome back. CFP here, and this is Survival Living. So a little bit of updated information for you guys. Now we know everything with Russia and Ukraine. Everyone's talking about it. We're talking about it. We're getting information from all kind of different sources and trying to follow up with, I know most of it's mainstream, but there are also a lot of independent news companies that are giving us information on this. One of the things I want to point out, something that happened about 4 days ago. Venezuela and Russia have pledged together. All right, the actual headline is Venezuela leader pledges military cooperations with Russia. Now, this is going to go hand in hand with another story that's been running, and that's with Cuba. Cuba is also going to be working with Russia. Now, I hear it all the time. People are always saying, especially right here when I do a video and other videos on the Ukraine and Russia conflict, well, fixing to be conflict, their stagnant Cold War, proxy, whatever it is you want to call it. The fact is, it's a pot that's fixing to go kaboom, is what's going to happen. But one of the comments I read all the time is, well, it doesn't matter if something happens between Russia and Ukraine, it doesn't affect us here in the United States. You know, it's about a 30 to 45 minute jet flight from Venezuela to Florida. Did you know it's a 30-minute boat ride from Cuba to Florida? In case you didn't know that. So, right fast, there should be a nice little pop-up here for you guys. Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro pledges powerful military cooperation with Russia following high-level discussion between officials on Wednesday. This was 4 days ago. A day after diplomats from the United States and several other nations gathered to discuss steps towards a negotiation solution to the South American country crisis. Guys, for us that knows history about the Cuban Missile Crisis, is because Russia put weapons there in Cuba. We nearly started war there. Alright, there was nearly a global conflict over this. And then everything was able to be resolved, or so we thought. No one really knows. All we know is what they tell us. The fact is, Cuba, Venezuela are working with Russia. So the idea that if anything happens between Russia and Ukraine, we're perfectly safe and it's not going to affect us here in the United States is wrong way of thinking. I'm trying to be nice about things. That's very closed-minded. They're setting the stage up for a global conflict. Fearmonger, fear porn, whatever you want to call me, I don't care. I'm a prepper. I'm a prepper for a reason. I look at these threats and I make preparations in according. It's not being fearful. It's being prepared for anything that gets thrown my way. The fact is, if they start building up forces in Cuba and Venezuela, we got a serious problem here in the United States. Now, for a long time, people's been reporting on troops in Canada as far as China, also in South America. Guys, I never found any facts on this. I've seen the comments from other people. I've never found any articles claiming or actually proving that. It doesn't mean it's not true. But if I can get hold of an article on something, I'll discuss it because that's an article being put out for everybody. I know, it's mainstream media, CFP. It's complete lies. Well, not everything's a complete lie. Well, it's a distraction. It's a distraction that you still need to pay attention to and do preparations for. You don't just stick your head in the sand. Now, I've seen the comments also. I'm not worried about it. I'm worried about my border. You know what? I am so sick of hearing the racial BS about the Mexican and American border. I don't care. The fact is, with this current administration and also the people we have in government powers, they're going to do it anyway. It's the easiest way to keep them in office by getting that done, letting people just flock right on in. But the problem is, I'm seeing over like 124 different countries crossing the border as well. It doesn't matter how much you're worried about your border, unless you're there protecting your border. I don't want to hear it. Okay, just like I used to hear people screaming, hollering, and yelling at the Proud Boys and the Oath Keepers. You didn't do anything! Why didn't you do anything? While they're sitting on YouTube doing that. Well, what did you do? Curious. And for those that's fixing to ask me what I did, I served my country. What the hell did you do? And the fact is, I'm actually continuing to serve my country by getting people prepared for any disaster, whether it be a global conflict, a hurricane, an earthquake. It doesn't matter. Prepping and teaching preparedness, everything from my outdoor survival training that I'm doing. Yeah, I run a business on that. You know how much free information I am providing right here on YouTube? Taking my time to make actual information so people can learn from it? Yeah, I'm always working on something, and I'm always doing stuff. So again, guys, keep prepping, keep your eyes open, especially this new possible threat from Venezuela and also Cuba. Keep an eye open for this. Start tracking aircraft, start watching and learning and looking at the stuff that's moving around you. If they start setting up forces in these other countries, Venezuela and Cuba, yeah, we're going to have some serious issues right here in the States. So keep on prepping. Prepping is because we know something's coming and we want to be prepared for whatever comes our way. Being fearful is hiding in the corner, crying, or complete obliterate that, oh, nothing's going to happen, completely ignore reality. And unfortunately, most society is that way. You can sit there and tell them it's raining outside, and they'll sit there and argue with you. That's not rain, that's liquid dawn falling from the sky, because they live in this messed up, whacked out world. A lot of that happens. Get your family ready. Make sure you have food. Make sure you have water. Make sure you have supplies as far as medicine. Make sure you have basic hygiene supplies. Make sure you have ways to filter and out water. Make sure you have a way to defend your home and the things in your home. Alright guys, keep prepping. Speak to you later.